I take great joy as a deaf man telling folks they need to be better listeners. A bit hypocritical, I know, but honestly, I didn't become a good listener until long after I lost my hearing, so there's really no excuse for anyone not to practice active listening. I'm going to share 6 levels of listening with you, and the first 3 levels are not really active listening at all. They're about listening to respond, but it's important to have awareness that we all do these things. So, level 1 is I don't hear you. It might be intentional, which we'll talk about in a moment, or many times it's unintentional. How many times have you been in the middle of doing something like sending an email or a text message and someone walks in and starts talking to you, and after you hit send, you look up and you're just like, huh, what? Can you start over? Level 2 is you are wrong. We intentionally don't listen, especially when we believe that someone is wrong. Say someone walked into the room right now and the first words out of his mouth were, Navy SEALs are the best. I immediately think you're wrong, and now I'm missing the rest of your message because I'm thinking of all the things I want to tell you as soon as your mouth stops moving. Which takes us to level 3. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why you're wrong. As soon as you stop talking, well, actually, Rangers have been continuously deployed since 9/11. They have more high-value targets, captures, and kills. And I'm going to rattle off all these reasons and maybe throw in some stats in there to prove that you are wrong and I am right. I was listening to respond, not listening to understand. I missed the intent of what you're really trying to tell me. Maybe you have a personal connection to the SEALs, or you're trying to tell me about a story that you heard of. I missed all of that because I wasn't active listening. I was listening to respond. And we all do this more than we realize. So my challenge to you is to make that baby step to level 4 and try to start listening to understand. Effective communication isn't as much about right versus wrong as it is about creating a shared understanding. So level 4, now we're active listening. And to do that, we got to get good at asking questions of clarity. You aren't asking questions just to be a jerk or just to ask questions. You really want to better understand the other person's perspective. Practicing asking questions is the best launching point for active listening, and it'll improve your critical thinking too. Level 5 is about paraphrasing, not parroting. Some of you are prior service folks are probably immediately thinking back brief. Tell me what you just heard. But paraphrasing is more than that. If I tell Jackie that I like her shoes, then I ask her what I just said, she'd probably say, well, you like my shoes. That would be parroting what she heard. But really, Jackie might be wondering, why did Tom say he likes my shoes? She's trying to figure out the meaning behind my message. That's what paraphrasing is really about, figuring out the intent. Does Tom want to know where I bought my shoes? Are they his favorite color? Does he want them in 3-inch heels? Hey, level 6 is the highest level of active listening, and that's trying to add emotion to the message. 80% of miscommunication occurs not because the information is incorrect, but because of the manner or the tone in which it's relayed. If I came on here and I said, good afternoon, you're probably going to think, well, it doesn't sound like Tom's having a good afternoon. So you're trying to understand the true intent of the message based on the tone or the emotion associated with it. Are they excited, upset, happy, sad? How we say things are just as important as what we're trying to say. So take some time this week to consider your listening approach. Are you listening to respond or are you listening to understand? Don't be afraid to ask questions. They're the key to active listening. The more you understand, the more influential you'll be.